Hello Lincoln Scotties, it's Miss Sanchez again, here to teach you exactly how you will be creating graphs in your Excel weather project. I will teach this to you once and then you will have this available on Edmodo, so you can feel free to replay it as many times as you see necessary in order for you to get it right. Alright, so this is a data chart similar to what you should have by now. We have our date, city and state that I've picked, and then our data points, of course, with no units here, only up on the titles. Make sure yours is the same way and that your data is pretty uniform. So the first thing you must do in order to insert a chart is go ahead and go to the Insert menu. Click on the kind of graph that you want, and column here would be like our bar graph. Just click on whichever one you feel is appropriate based on the data that you have. I'm going to go with the first one. Then it's going to give you this blank, basically like a blank graph paper. You can move it around, you can leave it there wherever you like. Eventually you'll fix them. So first thing to do, steps to create a graph, is click on Insert and select Graph Type. Alright, the next thing you want to do is make sure this is active. Your chart area is active. In the Insert menu, you're going to go to Select. There we go. Under Design, you're going to go to Select Data. And then it's going to let you pick this side and this side. So this side is your y-axis or your dependent variable. This side is your x-axis or your independent variable. So horizontal and vertical. In our vertical, we know that all of these will be our dependent. So if I want to do a graph for the high temperature, I will select my data starting from the title to the last data. Then for my horizontal, I don't want it to say 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I actually want it to be my independent variable, which is date. So I will edit, highlight my dates, and didn't get all of them. Sorry, let me highlight one more time. There we go. And I'll press OK. And then OK one more time. And now you see here I have a graph that has the date and the high temperature for Dallas, Texas for that year, starting from January through November. And actually this is incorrect. I have to make sure I take this off. So let me go to Select Data, Edit, and do not highlight date. Just highlight your actual dates. Do not highlight this. Press OK and OK. And there we go. It's fixed from January through December. So now that I have that, I'll type in here. The next step is to select data. After that, you select the series, which is your y-axis slash dependent variable. And then you select your horizontal, which is your x-axis slash independent variable. Alright, awesome. And please, once this is done, you should, after you click on this, make sure this is active so that these tools, your chart tools, come up. Go to Layout, edit your title if you need to, change the name if you have to. Make sure you label your axis, that you give them some kind of title like there. So make sure he has a title, label axis. Double check your range. So make sure here it's going from January to December as it should, and that these make sense. So axis range, double check that. And then last but not least, take a look at the legend. If you don't need the legend, remove it, and you can go that from Layout, Legend, and have it removed, turn off. Also, if you don't want the legend to be called high temperature, remember that you can always change this by right-clicking, clicking, and changing Select Data, and changing the name of it here by clicking Edit. And the same thing for these. If you don't like the way this is set up, you can format your axis. I think the legend is unnecessary here, so you can take it off. In other graphs, it will be necessary, so you can leave it on there. So last but not least, let me make this a tad bit bigger. remember your legend. Right, so I hope everybody wrote this down, because this is super important. This is things that you cannot forget to do. This is major, so make sure you know these by heart, because this is super important. I hope this answers all your questions. I'll be sticking around. Ask questions if you have any. Get to work. You're going to have to do 7 of these. I will pass out the paper that you need. Follow the steps. Go back and watch the video if you have to. Ask me or a neighbor as well. Good luck with this work, Scotties.